Governor-elect Nickolas Wildstar. He's running on the Republican/Libertarian ticket. He's a young man that has a very good command of the issues that are facing this state and ideas that I think need to be generated in local dialogue as solutions to the problems we face. So, with that, I will introduce you to our first guest. And at that, I want you to see. Hi, Jennifer. How are you? How long have you been from the park? 20 years. Jojo and I go way back. It's a very sad story. Tragedy strikes, well, you have to recover from that. And tragedy strikes. So her two daughters are twins. They grew up with my daughter, and over those 20 years, I saw them evolve into just wonderful little girls until the unfortunate day where their father, what happened. And so he shot both girls. Provide memorialization to our loved ones. Putting people into cemeteries and marble slabs is fine, but if we want them to be remembered forever, put them in our environment where they will be seen and we can be remembered for what they meant, right? And these two little girls did that. So the only place we remember them is right here. Other people that are on the flag, Charlotte.
Hey guys, this is Crystal watching my son Chance. Nick's going to be introduced in a moment here. We're at the Rock Farm, 501 Rock Farm here in San Diego, and they're going to be introducing Nickolas Wildstar shortly, so please stay tuned. I do apologize for the camera. I am playing as a camera woman and mom, as you can see, so I'm doing my best, so bear with me. Okay. Stop.
we have a fairly decent group here at 151Farms today. A lot of the traditional media that isn't willing to listen to what it is that we need to prepare to chat with law enforcement officers and crime fighting community should be here. The answer is not a lot of different sources. Republicans and the Democrats are going to have to answer. What does this mean? It means we have to be involved in whatever the best idea is.
It's gonna be hard. Shit.
Pardon me, my man.
Forgive and be forgiven, and establish peace and equality for all in our communities. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. So, history teaches us that when social, criminal, economic must be heard and may the God of justice help us now in the midst of this dreadful coronavirus pandemic and during the times of social unrest and swiftly sweeping across the land. This church, so-called, never to forget the scriptural injunction and the remain of integral part of missionary mandate of the church in any age. Speak for those who cannot speak for themselves, for the rights of all who are destitute. Speak up and judge fairly. Defend the rights of the poor and the needy. If you ever have time the church so called upon to speak out as today. Today at this time, we no longer have God in our school, God in our homes. Everything's all social media. It is time for all of us to just put our tablets down, our phones down, and just gather in unity. And let's talk about things that matter to us, matter to our community. So something like this we wouldn't have to speak on it. But I stand here because I have spent time with the family, with the Stanley family, and I have fondest memory of Demetrius growing up as an infant, playing with my children. And he is nothing like what they say about him on the news, not at all. And I've heard it all. So I'm here to say, I wanna more importantly, keep his name in the news, social media, whatever have you. So I ask of you today, if we could please say his name. Please say his name with me. Demetrius, please say his name for me. Demetrius Stanley.
Demetrius Stanley.
Say his name.
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 Demetrius Stanley.
Thank you for everybody, and may peace be upon you. Thank you.
Well, I don't know if you guys aren't moved to tears, there's something wrong with you. So I would like to extend our space on our Memorial Day to Demetrius Stanley. Once we have that, we'll put it up. It's terrible, it's tragic that he's no longer with us. Lives quashed like this affect everybody. They affect our community. It's a spirit lost. And this young man, tragically, will not be with us. So, what is a 151 farm? It's a solution. We're not looking at the government. It's not all our answers are going to come out of DC and Sacramento, okay? We do things from within. We ask for forgiveness, not permission. That's how these farms get started. What we have here is a rolling farm. This particular farm is on a large dual axle trailer, but it includes a fish tank. It includes 2 of our rock tubs, which show the plants being grown. Currently, we're on utility power, but we plan on putting solar here, and we want to make sure that people understand when these stages come that show what we can do in our inner city urban environments, we are not denied those opportunities. And for that, we got to stand up. We got to be pissed off. We got to be enough. The status quo is no longer the answer. And for that, we look for those answers wherever we find them. Folks, I want to present to you my dear friend, and one that I believe has those answers. And any of the candidates that wish to come and discuss what they feel the future of California looks like should be here, talking to us. Get there in real time and prove, what are you going to do about the drought? What are you going to do about jobs? What are you going to do about homeless? What are you going to do about the issues and the way they're affecting our black communities and communities? These answers are here, they're now, we cannot wait. We want them now. Folks, I would like to introduce you to my friend Nickolas Wildstar. Nickolas, welcome.
Hello, everyone. Let's get fired up for we the people, right?
Yeah.
Hey, power to the people!
Power to the people.
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 That's right. How was that? Was that too loud? If I'm too loud, then I'm used to it. All right, you guys. When I say power to the people, I'm talking about all the people. Black people, white people, rich people, poor people, veterans, our citizens, our immigrants. I'm talking about every person in the state of California that wants change and that demands change from our government.
Will he be able to use the megaphone?
Check, is that better?
All right. Okay, you want me to reintroduce him? You want me to reintroduce him?
Oh no, I can pick it up.
Okay. So you want him walking in?
Y'all good, right?
Okay.
All right, you still with me?
Yes, sir.
Be fired up. That's what I need right now. So like I said, when you hear the name Nickolas Wildstar, know that it stands for we the people, all right?
Yep.
And the people of California have spoken. Whether you like it or not, whether you like Gavin Newsom or not, love him or hate him, we the people want him out of office, which is right now, we're calling to recall Newsom. Recall Newsom.
Recall Newsom. Recall Newsom.
Recall Newsom. A lot of people don't know, before this lockdown, he did tons of things that we, again, were demanding for the recall for. Unfortunately, those recall petitions didn't get enough signatures to clear the ballot. But this time around, we came together, Republicans, Democrats, Libertarians, Independents, doesn't matter your political preference, we the people came together, over 2 million signatures were collected in getting him out of office. I was a part of that. As I said, Nickolas Wildstar stands for we the people. For over 10 years, I've been involved in community activism. I started out as an anonymous Occupy protester back in 2011. And I haven't missed a beat. During this recall over the last summer, I spent every day or 2 days every week for 6 months collecting signatures to get Gavin Newsom out of office. In Fresno alone, I was able to collect over 5,000 signatures towards that effort. So I'm very proud for being a part of that. But again, it took we the people standing together, united as one, to make that happen. And that's why we want to recall Gavin Newsom. We're sick of tyrannical leaders like him. No to tyranny, yes to freedom, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Yes.
No to tyranny, yes to
Freedom!
No to tyranny, yes to
Freedom!
That's right. We want to be free to live our lives as we want. There's nothing in the Constitution that says government has the right to tell you what you can and cannot do with your own body.
Here, here.
There's nothing in the United States Constitution that says the government can tell you what type of clothes you should be wearing on your body. There's nothing in the United States Constitution that tells you that you need to listen to the government and go in lock and step with everything that they say, especially when they're proven to be liars. And Gavin Newsom himself is proven to be one of those biggest liars, and that's why he has to go. He talked about the coronavirus being fatal to millions of people, and that's why he imposed these lockdowns to begin with. Since then, there's been a little over 60,000 deaths just in the state of California alone. Look around you. All of us are alive and breathing and doing well. So apparently the majority of people in the state of California have not died from coronavirus. It is not as deadly as they made it seem, especially to impose these lockdowns, tell people that they cannot work, shut down their businesses, shut down our schools, prevent our children from being able to have an education, and for we the people from being able to have our lives. We want to live free, right?
Yes.
Right. What do we want?
Freedom.
When do we want it?
Now.
What do we want?
Freedom.
When do we want it?
Now.
Right. And we want to be free to earn a living for ourselves. During this lockdown, or actually before, Gavin Newsom added to the total losses of people that have lost their job. How? He signed a bill called AB 5 into law. Prevents people from working as an independent contractor. So, whether you're a nanny, or a barber, or a speech therapist, or a contractor, or a roofer, or whatever the case may be. If you want to work for yourself as an entrepreneur, you can't do it in the state of California. You are now forced to work for a company so they can pay your bills and make sure that you have medical insurance. They want us to become dependent on the state. We want to be independent, right?
Right.
That's right. And also, of course, when it comes to small businesses that have been shut down, there's been thousands of businesses in the state that will not come back. But the majority of these large corporations, Walmart, Target, Governor Newsom's Jack Winery, they got millions of dollars in triple-P loans that was meant to help these small businesses. Why is he getting that money and not these small businesses?
Freedom.
That's because he's cooking the books and he's lying to we the people. He's not an honest politician, and that's exactly what we need in our leadership right now. And the establishment this entire time have been demanding for the setup and conditioning us for a universal basic income system, which they have now created through this stimulus system, through these stimulus payments. Well, guess what? It's our money. We deserve our money, but we shouldn't have government in control of that money. They shouldn't be creating that money out of thin air. And that's exactly what's happening right now with these stimulus checks to prop up our economy instead of letting the American people, letting the people of California go out there and work and do what's best for the economy. And that's create the economy. Government doesn't create the economy. We the people do. And when it comes to taxes, of course you guys have seen the taxes skyrocket in the state of California. We have one of the highest gas taxes in the entire nation. I have a friend, she texted me from Alabama, she said right now it's about $2.50 a gallon of gas in Alabama. Even though Alabama doesn't have its own oil reserves like we do here in California, even though Alabama again is in the middle of nowhere, damn near. But we're out here on the West Coast.
Gotta drive.
Exactly, it's quite a drive to get there. So we want to make sure that we are making sure that we are having taxation with representation. We are being taxed for our educational system right now, even though we can't send our kids to school. Are we going to get that money back? No. Some of these property owners, of course, have to continue to pay property taxes on the state. Are they getting a tax break at all? No. But we want to make sure that we make it available to where people are able to afford to live in the state. And being taxed, overtaxed in the state isn't helping at all. We also have a corporate takeover happening here in the state with all of our resources. Nestle is a Swiss company, isn't even American, but yet they siphon off hundreds of millions of gallons of fresh water in the state of California each and every year. Bottle it up and sells it right back to us. So they're doing it all for profit. They're taking our property, selling it back to us, and making a profit off of it. Meanwhile, our state is sinking because of it. 10 feet, 20 feet, 25, 30 feet in some areas. The state of California is sinking, and it's happening because they're siphoning off all of the water out of our freshwater reserves instead of focusing on other sources of water, which is exactly what I would be doing as governor, like the Sierra Nevada mountain runoff, as well as the dam in the Central Valley. That's what I'd be doing. And of course, with our marijuana industry, they've taken over that with our cannabis. We've seen a lot of these dispensaries be shut down during this lockdown, but yet you have, again, the corporations continuing to grow and make money off of being able to have those licensed dispensaries open and available. Monopolies, exactly. That money isn't going back to the inner cities where they're making that money off of. So there needs to be a change in that. That's exactly what my Gold New Deal does. If you visit my website, wildstar2022.com, I talk about making sure that we, the people, are profiting from those resources instead of the corporations. I want to create a people's own utility so we can have our own water and power and internet instead of being dependent, again, upon these major corporations. Look at what happened in Texas when they decided to flip the switch on the power. Millions of people were left destitute. Look at what happened with the Colonial Pipeline when they decided to flip the switch. Millions of people were without gas.
Right here in San Diego, SDG&E.
Exactly. PG&E, SoCal Edison, they've proven to be inconsistent with regard to providing reliable sources of power for we the people. I want to change that by making sure we have our own power grid, our own source of energy that's owned by we the people. So we have free power, and if we want to sell off some extra energy to some of these corporations, since they want to use so much, then we're going to reap the profits from that. It's going to go back into your pockets. That's a way to create a universal basic income without it coming out of taxpayers' pockets. I also would like to create a people's own bank. That way our cannabis farmers are able to do legal banking, since they aren't able to do that right now with our major banks. It's a cash on hand business, and they want to be able to safely be able to do their banking. With a people's own bank, that means you own the bank, and those businesses will come and bring their money to you. You can turn around, provide that money as small business loans, interest-free, zero interest, to those small businesses that are looking for a hand in need right now. That would love to start a business, but are getting turned down by these major banks. They'll have a way for that opportunity at the People's Bank of California. That's exactly what we need to do right now. And what else we need to do is make sure that we know where our money is going, which is why, as governor, I'll be conducting a public audit on day one. This will be completely transparent. Thank you. This will be completely transparent, in real time, online. We'll hold the news conference so everybody can know exactly what's going on. But you, the people, will be involved in that process. It won't be conducted by the state auditor. It will be you, people of the community. So you can know where your money is going. Because as long as we're held into debt, we won't ever be free. Debt is slavery.
Yep.
Freedom is not being in debt, right?
Yep.
Right. And we want to live free, right?
Yep.
What do we want?
Freedom!
When do we want it?
Now!
When do we want?
Freedom!
When do we want it?
Now!
Exactly. And we want to live free, unharassed. They're also thinking about imposing a vaccine passport. So we have to prove wherever we go that we've been vaccinated. Now, whether you want to get the COVID-19 shot or not, that's your choice. But as free people, you should not have to be forced to show identification to travel from one place to another. Only fascist regimes do that. that.
That's right.
Only fascist regimes do that, like the Nazis in Germany. We don't want that here in America, do we?
No!
Okay. They're also considering imposing a national ID card to, I guess, reduce voter fraud. That means all of us will be forced to carry around this national identification card, which will also have a RFID chip in it. Same one that's in your credit card right now, right on front.
California ID.
California ID has one also. So now everyone in the state will be forced to have this national ID card. We again do not want universal ID or we the people being stopped and harassed to show this type of ID.
No.
I'm black. I don't want to be harassed any more than I'm already been.
Not only that, it ties your vote to you, and your vote's supposed to be anonymous.
Exactly. It
Now
does.
you're tying what your political views are directly to the person who's
Precisely.
carrying that ID, and that's not
It's a
our
violation of your
country.
privacy. She's absolutely
Our
right.
country was-
And that's why, as governor, I'll be making sure that we reform our electoral system to protect your privacy and also protect your vote. And make sure that it's done accurately. You know, we should be having public forensic audits to where we, the people, are involved in counting those votes.
Only
You know?
people's votes we care about are the people sitting behind the bench.
Exactly.
They're making the calls for the people.
Precisely. We want to hold those people accountable also. You know, our judicial officials. We need to end judicial immunity,
Yes.
qualified immunity for these police officers. All of that should go. They should be held to the same standards as all of us. Okay? You shouldn't be immune from being able to make a mistake. So, also, when it comes to our government wanting to impose gender verification, Caitlyn Jenner right now is presenting this idea to where our children should have to be checked by officials, I guess, some commission, on if they're truly a male or female or trans or whatever the case may be. Now, this is absurd to think that our government should be able to harass our children in such a way. To be doing gender checks in our schools. This is just an absurd thought. We need to get our government out of schools completely, which is what I'll be doing. So you, the people, the parents, the teachers, you have control over what happens in your local schools.
That's right.
That's what we need to do, is shift to a localized governance of our school system. And we shouldn't have a government that should be legislating morality. They tried to do so with segregation. They tried to do so with interracial marriages. They're trying to do so with same-sex marriages. They should not be involved in any type of moral legislation, which is why, as governor, you have my pledge, my promise to you, is that I will veto any legislation that's presented to me that tries to correct someone's moral character.
Oh, yeah.
We should be basing our governance on natural law. We know the difference between right and wrong, don't we?
Yes.
Okay. We shouldn't be dictating what right and wrong is based on our own perception of that. That's what's happening right now in government.
They pick the winners.
Exactly. And the people that get in charge are the ones that are representing a group of people that hold those same beliefs. If you believe otherwise, then you need to vote Wildstar for governor.
Yes.
Because I'm going to make sure that we, the people of California, are able to live free as God intended. What do we want?
Freedom.
When do we want it?
Now.
What do we want?
Freedom.
When do we want it?
Now.
Now.
That's right. If we want to be free to know the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
That's right.
We have officials right now that are coming out about Fauci and his emails. He lied to us about the masks. They don't stop anything. Lied again about the mortality rate. It's not killing as many people as they said it would. 99% survival rate. They lied about social distancing. They're lying about the COVID-19 shot. What else are they lying about? Why isn't Gavin Newsom holding a press conference saying that all of the people of California are free to live their lives now instead of waiting until June 15th? because this all has to do with politics. This all has to do with control.
Fear changes the way a person's mind works.
Exactly.
So if you can make a mass amount of people afraid, you change.
Right. And they're
change
using
the way their mind functions.
they're using fear mongering right now to scare us.
It's programmed.
Is the media doing its job?
Programmed.
Exactly.
Where's the media?
I haven't seen
Where's the
any
media?
drama politics wise
Yes.
over the last since June 1st or January 1st, which is very odd to me when I go on social media. I'm like, there's no combat going on. Well,
Yes.
what happened? It just all disappeared.
They're
It
giving
doesn't
it up
exist
completely.
anymore.
And now they're focusing on, again, giving us liberties. You got Gavin Newsom on TV instead. He's holding a lottery, giving away our money, taxpayers' money, millions of dollars to people to get vaccinated. Are you promoting big pharma's drugs just to give our money away?
It's an agenda.
An
Exactly. It's an
emergency
agenda.
use vaccination hasn't been
An
studied.
EUA.
Everyone that takes the vaccination is becoming part of the study.
Well, it's not FDA approved. It is
That's what I mean.
under an EUA, which is Emergency Use Authorization. This is, again, information that should be provided to the people, but our governor instead isn't talking about this. He's going around the state promoting the vaccine and for people to get injected so he can get reelected. And speaking of
And
the
to line his
we
pockets.
have the media that's censoring all of this information in the process. I have a video that's banned off of YouTube. It's on my website, again, wildstar2022.com. Check it out. But that banned video, I did nothing but speak about the truth, talk about the numbers, the facts of the matter, and the video was banned from YouTube. Why are they censoring us? Why are they preventing us from knowing the truth? We have a governor that came out recently and he spoke about the budget and how we now have a surplus of $70+ billion, which after a little bit more accounting, they discovered was a little over $30 billion. And that money is actually from federal emergency aid given to us by the Biden administration. So let me get this straight. You took money from Biden, you got some extra, call it that surplus after you paid off the bills. Well, what about all of the money you've been collecting from taxes in the people in California? Where is all of that money going right now? There needs to be proper accounting, which is why, again, as I said, as governor, on day one, I'll be making sure that we hold a public audit so we know where all of our money is going. He's also talking about the drought crisis. Anybody in the state that's educated on the issue will tell you California goes through drought periods every 10 years, 15 years, etc. Last time I believe it was about 17 years. So it was expected. The governor did nothing to prepare for that. Instead, he's scrambling, again, calling it a drought crisis so he can receive more money in federal emergency aid, because that's what it's all about. Whenever a governor declares an emergency in the state of crisis, they get emergency aid funding. They qualify for that. So we need to be addressing the issue. And that's why I'm here at 151 Farms, is because I know people like Darryl Cotton know how to address the issue. Now, I'm no expert, but he is. And that's what I do, is surround myself around people who know better than me, who are smarter than me. And they put me in charge to make that choice. I don't need to know how to build the rocket. I just need to know where to fly it. Elon Musk, he's not an aerospace engineer, you know? When he sends people to space in rocket, right? Okay? So when it boils down to what it takes to be qualified, to be in control, just know that it takes somebody that's smart enough to be around people that's smarter than them to make choices that's going to be smart choices for you. So where we all benefit from.
And they have to act on it.
Exactly. They have to act on it. And I've been a man of action for over 10 years. You check out on my record of activism on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, all that good stuff. Again, you'll see I'm a man of action. And I've been fighting for freedom for we the people in California for over 10 years. And I won't stop as governor of California. Because I know exactly what we want. And what do we want?
Freedom!
When do we want it?
Now!
What do we want?
Freedom!
When do we want it?
Now!
What do we want?
Freedom!
When do we want it?
Now!
What do we want?
Freedom!
Freedom.
When do we want it?
Now.
That's right. Exactly. Thank you.
All right.
All right, guys. So remember, in the recall election, since I am on the ballot, vote yes on the recall to get rid of Gavin Newsom. And then vote Wildstar for governor, okay?
That's right.
All I need is 1 year in office, just 1 year. Go wild with Wildstar for 1 year, okay? And in 2022, I'll give you every reason to re-elect me again as governor of California.
That's right.
Thank you for your time, and may the light of God be with you and shine on each and every one of you.
Amen, brother. Amen.
From Nickolas Wildstar, and I want his wife, Crystal, and his son, Chancellor, to come in. Marie, I need you too. First of all, I really want to thank you all for coming down from Fresno and turning this into an event. I don't care if there's 100 people. If there's 5 that matter, they're here. All right? Things can change. We got to want it. And by the way, he hit on something. These are our affiliate sponsors. There's groups that want to help us. We just got to give them a plan that works. And rock farming and what we can do for the drought answers a lot of society's problems. Let's get there, folks. Let's work hard on it. And by the way, Crystal, it's very nice meeting you. And Chancellor, how are you?
Yeah, working hard.
And Cam Media, Marie Strain, please, thank you for coming in. Give them your website. Tell them we're going to see this.
You can view the video on Roku TV, CAN TV, KAN TV, channel 375. And we will make announcements when the election is back on. And we'll interview. So thank you very much, and I appreciate everyone.
No, we appreciate you too. And another one that have come to the meeting is Canada Chronicles. Vanessa, how are you? We're fighting the cannabis fight here, are we not? Yes. Okay. Canada Chronicles is one of our local papers. Let's get the message out there that the economy that surrounds cannabis should not be lost by the inner cities to the Black, Brown, and Asian communities. We have to demand this. Nickolas, again, thank you for showing up from Fresno. We appreciate it. And anybody has any questions, hit his website. He'll go into it more. And it is Nickolas Wildstar. Right there.
22.com.
All right, guys. Thank you.
All right. Great job, guys.
You got off easy, Vanessa.
Hey, you are.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Thank you. Yeah, it turned out good. Yay.
Compact it as much as possible. I know it's a lot of information, you know.
That's right, man. Trying to get everything for it on.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Hey, until the team grows,
That's it.
your team Wildstar. I appreciate it.
That's it, man.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Woohoo! Very good.
Very inspiring.
Very good.
Yeah, very much. Everybody out there
First
already.
lady right here.
Very nice. Okay, I'm gonna finish this up. I'm gonna say bye-bye to all the viewers. Thank you for listening in.
Or else they'd be out here, you know? Exactly. You see these all over the state, you know? That's what I'm trying to do, you know? Just make sure everybody in the state has food. We don't have to worry about the water shortage when it happens.
And that's what's going on with water.
Exactly.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy. But this is an amazing addition to what's going on right now.
Exactly.
You know, we need this. We need this.
Yes.
Unfortunately, it's just not being talked about much.
True. True. Very true. She's like, Dad.
I know, right?
Dad.
Have any final
Pay
words?
attention to me, Dad.
Any final words?
Right.
I'm gonna finish up the live.
Yes, so again, thank you everyone for all tuning in and watching my long-winded speech about why we, the people of California, should recall Gavin Newsom and elect Wildstar for governor, because we can't afford to wait any longer. We want changes now.
Yes.
And this governor has been dragging his feet for over a year. He chose not to provide any economic relief to the people of California. He drug his feet on community cleanup projects, you know, and helping our homeless. And those issues need to be addressed right now. That's exactly what you're going to get with Wildstar for governor now. So be sure to elect Wildstar for governor in the recall election. Share this video, spread the message, spread the word. Of course, go wild with Wildstar. These are my new banners, y'all. Yes. So thanks to donors like you, generous people, you contributed to make this happen. I'm not a, you know, what is it, big industry-backed or union-backed candidate. All of the money and funding I get come from the people of the community. So I'm a grassroots-funded candidate, and signs like this, being able to make trips like this, all of the expenses for that is covered by you. So I appreciate you all for all of your contributions. Please continue to give what you can, because we have a long road ahead of us and a lot of ground to cover in the state of California. But we want to again be sure that we get the message out there to as many people as possible, and you can help with that effort for free. Okay, for free. Just share the video, share any of my posts or any information about Wildstar for governor, and let's bring back liberty to the state of California, okay?
All right.
Thank you, Lady Wildstar, for recording. And thank you, Chance. And thank you. Bye.